Alright, so I'm going to talk to you about the applications of Markov chains, and let's start. So first, for the links with our class linear algebra, well, it is important to know that there are like numerous interesting applications of Markov chains everywhere. And the main goal of this mathematical object, which is the Markov chain, is to predict the future direction of a certain matrix or vector. And in order to do so, well, you need some mathematical object that we see in linear algebra, such as a transition matrix, which is an entry of numbers, and it kind of takes the Markov chain from its original state to the future state. All these calculations are done in the first exponential degree, which is really important in linear algebra because we don't see curves. It's only about lines and planes, so it's all in the first exponential degree, and this is one of the greatest link with our course. And it concerns also matrices and vectors, which are mathematical objects that we see in the course. So to keep on with the historical and geographical context of Markov chains, well, first it was invented by the famous mathematical researcher Andrei Markov, which is not the defense man of the Habs. He was born in Russia in the village of Ryazan in 1856, and then after he went to St. Petersburg in order to attend school for some great education. And as soon as he started school, he was really implicated with mathematics, and with some of his teachers, he found a new way at 17 years old to solve linear ordinary differential equations. So that was a very great discovery and good advancements for mathematics, and he was only 17 years old, so that's really good. Afterwards, he received some medals for this great discovery, and he spent the longest part of his life in the academic field, doing some research, teaching, and getting diplomas. And he passed away in 1922. As for the historical and geographical context of Google, because yes, I will talk about Google, as it is one of the numerous applications of Markov chains, because you have to know that Google has a program that it's called PageRank, and it uses Markov chains in a very smart way. Its main goal is to rank the pages depending on their order of priority, and this is really important because otherwise there would be just too many results that would not be useful when you do internet research. There are still like links that are not useful, but PageRank is actually a good program to try to keep away the useless links. So Larry Page and Sergey Brin developed this PageRank program in 1998. So it's kind of long ago at the Stanford University. So it was a university project, and it was pretty good for a university project. And at that time, there was about 150 million web pages, and now there are, just to compare, 8.1 billion internet pages in 2005. So that just tells us how important the PageRank program got, because otherwise it would just be so much useless links. So the mathematical ideas behind that great program is it only concerns Markov chains. So first I'll try to explain you how it works, and to understand how the PageRank program in a basic way works. So first, the first step, it concerns robot web crawlers. So these little robots, they search for new web pages automatically. So as soon as you create, for example, a web page, then they will get it and catalog it to a certain category of the program, and then afterwards there will be a certain value associated concerning the inlinks and outlinks of the web page. So why inlinks and outlinks? Because actually it gives pretty accurate information about the page, because inlinks are the links from other pages that goes toward the page that you evaluate, and outlinks are the links of the page evaluated that goes towards other pages. So if your page is referred by so many pages which are inlinks, well, it is considered to be more important because there are just many pages that refer to it, so it should be a good page, right? So this is kind of how it works. with inlinks and outlinks, and these inlinks and outlinks will afterwards go to in the transition matrix in order to shape it, and then go with the PageRank program. So let's take for granted that q to the power of k is the PageRank vector. K is the iteration, so the period of time that will be repeated for the calculations. T is the transition matrix, which is the n by n matrix, n being the number of pages on the web. So the formula would be as simple as it looks. Q to the power of k plus 1 equals T times q to the power of k. So this formula is really important. It shapes the PageRank program, and of course it gets more complicated with because like there's just so many pages, so it's not as simple as that, but this is a basic way to explain it, and it's pretty inaccurate way, I would say. So as for the other applications of Markov chains, well, there are many. You can find some on physics, on statistics, games, music, sports, and many other ones. But one of my favorite one is economic and finance application, because it's very interesting, and we saw it in our course linear algebra because it concerns our field study. So the main thing behind this application is to predict the market shares of different products and brands or companies. So this will help you. Alright, so let me come back to where I was. So yeah, as I said, these applications will help you to predict the market shares of different products or brands. So this will help the enterprise to like the transition matrix will kind of be the business strategies that will lead you to the future market shares. And this is actually a useful tool for enterprises, and it uses basically the same formula: q to the power of k plus 1 equals t times q to the power of k, which is the main Markov chain formula, and it's pretty simple. So it's kind of more simple for a business case than Google, but it's still very important in both cases. So this is my bibliography, and that's all, folks.